Hi everyone, Stepan here. Today and for the next 4 days I'm going to be playing training games and only recording training games on the channel apart from my game I will play on Sunday, because next week on Wednesday I will be going to Slovakia and I will be playing a tournament which starts on the 18th, so 6 days from now, and I want to get as many training games in as possible and try to have a good tournament. I will be playing somebody much higher rated in the first round because I'm in the bottom half of the tournament. So in the first round I will probably be facing a FIDE master. And in today's training game I've decided to try playing an engine, which I've never done before in a video, but I've done it as part of my game analysis and to correct my mistakes. So very often when I finish my analysis I find my mistakes, then I will start the game at the point where I think I made the first mistake and try to improve. And it depends on how much time I have, but sometimes I'm going to play 5 or 10 games against the engine from the position, and that way I'll definitely improve something. So okay, play with the machine. I'm going to be playing Stockfish on level 7. I think it's Stockfish. Anyway, it's an engine on level 7, and its rating is 2200. And I'm sorry for declining the challenges right now. Okay, and I'm going to put it on random colors, and I'm going to put it at 30 minutes per side with a 5-second increment. Okay. And let's go random side. So okay, Stockfish level 7. Yeah, its rating is 2200. On level 8 its rating is 2600. Why did it put up this position? I'm not really sure. Wait, let me try again. Play with the machine. From position, no, standard, just standard. Okay, 5. Okay. So I'm white. You can't see it. It's on the left side of the screen, but its rating is 2200. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to try to get you through my thoughts, and I'll try to calculate as much as possible because I find that that's the best training method to warm up for a tournament. Well, obviously I expect to be defeated horribly because first of all it's 2200, second of all it doesn't have emotions and it will probably play instantly regardless of what I do, and there's no bluffing against the engine, you can't confuse it, and yeah, basically it's going to be hard, but I think that if I train in conditions which are harder than real games, then real games are going to be easier. So let's go. E4. Let's see what it does. It's playing the French. Let me just turn on some lights here. Wait, just a second. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so the French defense. I'm going to play the Tarrasch, which I always play. Unless it does something weird. Okay, it's going for the Sicilian, Franco Sicilian. Here the normal move is knight f3. I can also try to play c4, but I think I'm going to play knight f3. Okay, takes. Now knight c6 should be the move, or knight f6. Okay, this I'm happy with. I'm going to play a Maroczy Bind formation, and I have to say I'm happy with the position we have because this is highly likely to occur in my own games. And as you can see, he's wasting no time. It's wasting no time. Okay. Let's see. Bishop e3, queen b6, knight b3. So bishop e3 is a normal move, I think. If it plays queen b6, then yeah. Okay, knight f6, knight c3 is normal. Once again, if queen b6, well, I can also play knight b5, I guess. Okay, This I think is a strange move, and I would never consider that. I'm not sure what the point is anyway. Wow, I'm thinking on move 7. I'm not sure what the point behind h6 is, unless it wants to play g5 and bishop g7, which is logical in a sense, but I'm not sure that humans ever play that. I'm just going to play bishop e2, which is a normal developing move, see what it does. Okay, so if bishop e7, then h6 is... I mean, it must be a good move because a 2200 engine played it, but I don't really see a point behind that move. Okay, castles, castles. So, my position should be solid. I didn't play f3, which is good. Normally, in the Maroczy Bind positions, you're going to see f3, and then later on, if you play f4, it's going to be a loss of tempo. I want to play queen to d2, rook f to d1, rook a to c1, and perhaps I want to go for f4. But I'm not sure what I'm getting with f4. The d6 pawn isn't weak yet, but I want to pressure it with knight b5 if the position changes. If I play f4, then do I get anything? f4, I'm not threatening f5 really, or am I? I think rook c1 is a normal move because there is going to be pressure along the c-file, and another thing is with rook c1 that he doesn't really have queen c7 because of knight d5, sacrificing the knight temporarily. So I think rook c1 is a sensible move. Perhaps it's going to go for a hedgehog setup with a6, b6, bishop b7, or it's going to capture. Okay. Yeah, should just recapture with the bishop. Yeah, I think it's going for a hedgehog, and now it's... I'm probably going to have to play f3 anyway, and I don't like my bishop on d4. Maybe queen to c2, defending the e4 pawn. It's very irritating that it's not thinking at all, that it's just playing instant moves. And by the way, before I continue, I just want to say, if anybody is up for a longer time control game, I would prefer a 30-minute game such as this one tomorrow morning, then please let me know. I would prefer it to be somebody stronger than me, so that I can have a better training session. So if you're stronger than me and available tomorrow morning Croatian time, let's say 8 or 9 a.m. Croatian time, then please message me on lichess. Okay, so it's going to play bishop b7, and I should be playing f3. And I'm going to get my normal setup. I think I'm going to have to retreat the bishop to e3 at some point. Maybe I can play e5. Can I play e5? e5 with the plan of bishop f3. e5, d takes e5, bishop takes e5. Bishop, yeah, he has bishop b7, but then I can still play bishop f3. I've never played e5 in Maroczy Bind positions, but it seems like a logical move here. I'm not sure why. It's something about the move order. Perhaps the move h6. I don't know. So e5. He shouldn't really allow me to capture on d6. Because if he takes with the queen, then I can take on f6. So e5, bishop b7. e5, no, yeah, he has to move the knight. e5, he has to take. If he moves the knight, the only square is d7 or e8. I think e8 makes more sense. I'm going to get some squares for my pieces. I'm going to get some pressure along the long diagonal myself with bishop f3. And usually in hedgehog setups, black is the only one attacking along this diagonal, which can be irritating. So e5, d5, bishop e5. Queen takes, bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes. Okay, candidate moves. Bishop e3 is a move, f3 is a move, queen d2 is a move, connecting my rooks. E5 is a move, g4 is a move, but not really against an engine. f4 is a move, but after bishop b7 my pawn is attacked and I have to defend with bishop f3, which might not be a bad idea. f4, bishop b7, bishop f3. But then my c4 pawn is loose and I'm going to have to play b3, and I'm going to make b5 easier to play. I really like e5, and if it was a tournament game I would have played it already because I think it's interesting. I'm not sure why, but I like the move, so I'm going to play it here just to see whether it's bad or not, because it's an idea. If obviously if I spotted it in a game I would be interested to play it. So okay, bishop takes. I don't have the Maroczy Bind anymore, but I'm going to be able to share the long diagonal. Okay, and yeah, he's putting pressure on c4 immediately. So b3 makes sense. Yeah, that's a strong bishop, but what happens on bishop takes f6? So queen takes queen, rook takes queen, bishop takes f6. I get to ruin his pawn structure. He does have the bishop pair, but... Okay, queen takes queen, rook a takes queen, bishop takes f6, g takes f6. He can infiltrate on d2, but not really, because I'm the first one to challenge the file, and I will have knight e4 coming into d6 if he allows it. So queen takes queen, rook takes queen, bishop f6, g f6, rook to d1. He has bishop d4, but I'm not too worried about that. If bishop d4, knight e4, then bishop b7, knight g3. Is my knight bad on g3? Probably not, because then from g3 it can get to h5, put pressure on the f6 pawn. So he's going to have doubled pawns, and knight d4, knight g3, knight h5 puts pressure on that. So yeah, I think I'm going to play that and hope for the best. I'm not sure if the plan is good or bad, but at least I'm going to have a better structure. He does have the bishop pair, which means that any middle game is better for him, better attacking chances, especially with the both bishops staring at my king, and I'm going to have a better endgame. So, okay, which rook? I have to play one rook to d1, otherwise rook d2 is coming. But which rook? If I move the f rook, yeah, I think I should move my c rook because I want to put my other rook on e1. So this should make sense. Bishop b4 isn't really a threat. Bishop d4 isn't a threat. Yeah, this I expected, but what can you do? Maybe I should just trade the bishops. I think his bishop is too strong, and now bishop d4 does worry me a bit because my knight doesn't really have squares. So okay, I'm going to allow him to wreck my pawn structure because it seems unbearable with the bishop on b7. At least now I have a square on e4. Okay, so now the problem is that if he plays rook g8, then king h1, rook takes rook. I cannot take with rook because bishop takes f2. So I need to create a square for my king on f1. And the only way I see I can do that is to exchange the rooks or play rook to e1. I don't really want to play rook e1. It seems passive. Perhaps I want to get rid of his bishop, but I'm not sure how. So knight d4, bishop, knight e4, bishop d4, rook takes, knight f6, check. Isn't really that much. Rook d8, rook d8, rook d1, rook g8 check, king f1. It doesn't seem that he has that much, so I think I'm just going to play that. Doesn't really seem dangerous. Oh wait, rook d8, rook d8, rook d1, he has bishop d4, and if I move my knight, then he can take here with check and win my rook. But his rook is pinned, so I don't really have to react. So wait, rook d8, rook d8, rook d1, bishop d4, king f1. Bishop takes knight, rook takes rook, so he cannot take the knight. So this might actually work. Rook d8, rook d8, rook d1, rook g8, rook f1, king f1, rook takes rook, knight takes rook. I'm happy to play this position. I'm not really sure why the engine allowed this, but I think I'm fine. After bishop d4, just king f1. Okay, this doesn't worry me either. Just going to take. He has some pressure on h2, but not much really. Can you offer the engine a draw? I'm wondering what happens. No, I can just resign. Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess I survived the opening and the middle game. I don't think I played too well, but I don't think the engine created too many problems for me either. So now let's see about descending. Which piece is better? That's sort of unclear here. So my pawn should go to h3, my king should go to g2, and I'm looking at knight e2, f4, so it's defended, king g2, king f3. If I can get my king to f3, yeah, but then he can march his king here and attack my f4 pawn. So I'm always going to have a weakness on f2. Don't really see a way how I can get rid of the weakness. I think his bishop is slightly better, but I do have the queenside pawn majority, so I can hope for some chances. Maybe I can try dissolving my weakness with knight e4, bishop here, f4. And then bishop here, 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 or here. Maybe then I can play f5 and stop him. So knight e4, bishop e5, f4, bishop takes, knight takes check would be good for me, and if bishop moves then f5, preventing his king from entering the position. But then he has h5 and king h6, king g5. Then I can play h4 if h5. So knight e4, bishop e5, f4, bishop takes, knight takes f6 check. Knight e4, bishop e5, f4, bishop d4, f5. I like f5. I like the plan of f5. If he takes, then he's going to have tripled pawns, which I think will be easy to stop, and I can move my f pawn to f3. Okay, I'm going to go for that. I don't really think it's too risky giving up a pawn if he's going to have tripled pawns. And I'm not going to have doubled pawns anymore. Okay, so it didn't play e5, which I'm happy about. There's no pressure on here now, so I can start marching my king up the board. I just need to keep everything on light squares, defended, and obviously not get my knight stuck somewhere here. Although I'm not sure what the best square for the knight is. Knight c3 or knight d2? Knight g3. I think knight c3 is best because then I have e2, d1 and b5, so I'm going to play that. Okay, now I think I need to move my king up as soon as possible. If yeah, now he has to play f5 next move. Otherwise I'm going to play king takes. No, he can't play f5. Okay, yeah, if f5 now, I can take the pawn, trade it for the h2 pawn. But I wanted to play knight e2 anyway. Perhaps it's going to take on f2, but I don't really care about that. Knight e2, bishop e1, king takes f4. Knight e2, bishop d6. I can still take on f4. Knight e2, pawn to e5. Knight e2, pawn to e5 is probably what it's going to play. Knight e2, f5, king f4, bishop d6 check. Bishop d6 check, then king to e3. But then his passed pawn is scary. I think I can manage to catch it though, so I'm just going to play knight e2. Don't think there's a big problem with knight e2. It's so irritating that he didn't waste a single minute of the clock, and I've already spent half my time. So new plan. I need to get my knight around here and put pressure on these pawns. Now bishop e1 is a threat, winning my pawn, so I kind of need to go back. If I don't play king to h3, then he's going to play bishop e1, winning my pawn. What can you do? So king h3 is forced, I think. No other way to defend the pawn. Okay, let's get my knight around now. It's gaining space and definitely an advantage now. Let's see, bishop d6 probably. And now my knight is dominated. Okay. This is getting really hard to play, I have to say. I wasn't expecting to lose in an endgame. In an endgame, I was expecting to lose much sooner. So now once again my knight is horribly restricted. I want to get some pawns going on the queen side because I have a majority, but obviously that's not happening anytime soon. So let's try to get my king around. I really want to get my knight into e4. That means that I need to get it either to this square, this square, this square, this square, this square, yeah, or here. So how do I get my knight there? No way, really. The only way to improve my knight is to go knight g1, knight h3, which is a dead end. Maybe I should try king f1, knight g1, king e2, because then the g1 knight is cutting him off the h3 square. So I'm going to go for that. Okay. I want to get my king into the game badly. At least now my king is going to get to d3. With tempo. Not with tempo because the pawn is attacked. Ah. Oh, why didn't he attack the pawn? Ah, okay, because if I play knight e2, then he's going to play bishop here, attack my pawn. So maybe I should just sacrifice my pawn to bring my knight into e4. So knight e2, bishop c5, knight c3, bishop takes f2, knight e4. Yeah, but he still has f5, so... I'm struggling for a plan here, and the engine obviously isn't. I'm not sure if you can see my time. I'll just put this on the upper part of the screen because the engine's time is irrelevant. My knight is a horrible piece. Why did I put my knight on g1? Should I just go back with the king? I don't have a single move. Maybe I should just play a4, trying to waste a move. Yeah. Because if I move my king, e4 is coming. If I don't move my king, if I move the knight, then... okay. So if king e4, he's going to play f5. I'm not sure what else to do though. Oh, once again, if king e4, bishop c5 wins f2. I don't have moves. I have to repeat moves and wait to get crushed. At least now, if the engine plays f5, then I can play knight check. So let's go back. Okay, this I'm happy with because now we can block the position up. Or should I do that? If I play h3, king e6, what's the point of h3? There's no point to h3. He's not going to play h3 anyway. This was a stupid move. So I'm just going to play knight h3 once again, trying to waste time. This is a horrible position. I mean, it's just horrible. Oh, this was actually Zugzwang. Now I don't have a move, because if I move my king, then e4 is coming. Maybe king e2 is my only move. I don't see another move. I don't understand what the engine's trying to do. I really don't. I feel like if it wants to make progress, it has to play f5. I guess this is a move as well. So king e4, f5, king here should be fine. So I'm just going to play it. What's this engine doing? Maybe I should just give up a knight. Like, on f4. Knight f4, e4, king f4. Yeah, no, that's no good. So let's just repeat. The engine isn't doing anything. Why isn't it doing anything? It seems like he has a better position. What? But come on, play f5. See, that's a human would play f5 because he's stronger than I am. And the engine thinks that f5 is bad and cannot find a way to break through, obviously. If I manage to get into d5, then... Okay, this is something. Something is going on. How does he defend this pawn now? Okay. King f5. King c5. King takes. Yeah, he's much faster. He's much faster than I am. Because the bishop is defending e5. So, okay, let's calculate. 1, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 queens. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah! I'm one tempo down. But let's see, I'm the first to play. So we might just queen at the same time. Let's go once again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can it get in with the bishop? Not really, because of the e5 pawn, but it can sacrifice the e5 pawn though. So it can play e4, f takes e4, and then it can play bishop e5. Oh, this is complicated. Is there any way to march my knight around? Okay, first let's see if it makes sense to just defend. So let's say I do nothing. Let's say I play my knight here. He goes here, I go here. He goes here, I go here. So I can defend b3. And I've improved my knight. But I'm really wondering about king f5. King f5, king c5. King takes f6, king b4. king g5, king takes b3, king takes h4, king takes a4, king g4, king b3, h4, a4, h5, a3, h6, and now he can play e4. And if I take, he has bishop here. If I don't take, he has bishop here, defending the queening square. I'm not sure about my calculation, but I think it's losing because of bishop e5. If there was no bishop e5, then it would be equal. Maybe even I'm slightly better, but I'm not sure. So let's go once again. King f5, king c5, king takes f6, king b4, king g5, king takes b3, king takes h4, king takes a4, king, yeah, let's say king g5, king b3, h4, a4. Oh, but there's a move I can play. So if I play king g5 instead of king g4, then when he plays e4, I can play king f5, stopping his bishop from coming in. Ah, this is complicated. I'm really I'm happy I got this endgame because it's hard to calculate, but I'm not sure I'm doing it correctly. King f5, king c5, king f6, king b4, king g5, king takes b3, king takes h4, king takes a4, king g5. Okay, king b3, h4, a4, h5, a3, h6. Let's say he plays e4 now. I can play king f5 or king f6, stopping his bishop. But let's see about the queening. So h4, a4, h5, a3, h6, a2, h7, okay, h4, a4. Once again, king f5, king c5, king f6, king b4, king g5, king b3, king h4, king a4, king g5, king b3, h4, a4, h5, a3, h6, a2, h7, a1, h8 queening. And who is better here? I have no idea who is better, but I'm willing to try. Otherwise, I have to passively defend with this, and I don't really want to do that. Even though I think this might be a draw. Oh. In a real game, I'm not sure whether I should risk these things, but then again, if I play passively, I might just lose, and this variation might be drawing. So I'm just going to do it. I hope I calculated correctly. If it plays king c5 quickly, then yeah. Okay, let's see where I went wrong. Oh, I know where I went wrong. My knight is still stuck on h3. Oh. I'm such a moron sometimes. Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to resign. This was just horrible. I just want to scroll down to the end game. Yeah, let's go through the whole game, actually. Analysis board. Okay. Okay, so let's see, e4 e6, d4 c5, knight f3, knight e4. Yeah, this variation is okay. I mean, I know how to play it, and I like playing against e6 Sicilians. Plus 0.7. Wait, let me just move the camera so you can see. +1. So I had a good position, but castles. Yeah, I was thinking about f4, but I'm not sure what I get after f5, and I'm never sure in these positions. Here. Yeah, now e5 is dubious, I guess, but yeah, the engine gives it as equal. I wanted to play queen d2, and apparently after queen d3 I'm +1, but I never played queen d3 in these positions. So okay, let's see, b3. But it's still okay, e5 is okay. Oh, bishop f6 was bad. Okay, so definitely his bishop is better than my knight. Whoa. It made a mistake? How could an engine make a mistake? So he has -1 if he takes my rook, and after rook d6 it's all zeros. Slightly better for black. Yeah, all zeros now. This is a drawn ending. Okay, so let's see where it went wrong. This is all fine. Fine. -1? Why is this? -92 is the inaccuracy. Not really sure how this is better, because where does my knight go now? So okay, 92, but it seemed logical to me. e5, king h3, king g5. Okay, this is all fine. Yeah, and for some reason it wasn't breaking through. It seems to be better for black, but a4 is the decisive blunder. Yeah, I guess because it allows his king to march in. So I should just repeat with knight e2. But I lose my pawn. Why would I lose my pawn? I didn't want to lose my pawn. If this is so much worse, why did it maneuver around for 10 moves? Don't really understand this. Ah, okay, so this is the moment at which I forgot that my knight was on h3, which is just horrible. But I'm wondering if the knight was somewhere else, would my calculation work? But let's see, this was the other line I wanted to see. So let's say here. How does it win this position? It says that black is much better, but... Oh, so this is Zugzwang now. Yeah, I lose the pawn. Yep. Yeah, and now something is going to drop. Yeah, so this was the winning plan for him. Yeah, all in all, not much of a middle game. I played an opening which I know, so it went okay. So let's see that once again. So in these Franco Sicilians, I'm really happy to play this after c4. I know the positions well, and I think there were better plans than h6. Let's just check out that move. So yeah, it goes from plus 0.7, which is normal in Maroczy Bind for white, to plus 1 or more after h6, which is a move I don't really understand. Let's see if this was played ever. Bishop e7, 18 games, as you can see. Jula, Sachs, Gross, Stefan, the highest rated game, and h6 not a single game. So bishop e7 was the very normal move here. Yeah, and not much was going on until I decided to play e5. Queen d3 I don't really understand. I'm going to have a look at this move in Maroczy Bind variations, because usually the queen goes to d2 and the bishop is here and the rook is here. But yeah, okay, I hope you got something from this game. I'm going to play a few more training games against the dreaded Stockfish and hope to draw one or two of them. I think I got near this game, but yeah, didn't play well in the ending. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. Sorry once again for not recording middle game or opening videos in the next few days, but I want to get as much training in as possible preparing for the tournament. Once again, thank you for the support which made the tournament possible, and stay tuned for more chess. See you later. Bye bye.